Welcome to FreakinChris first tournament matchup and also of kamrat QP. Valhalla clan against Freakin brother. 3 castles at the setup and some barracks siege workshops for the Slavs here for game 1. Chinese probably want to get quick onto that middle water to make their more amazing demos count. Cast of Empires here with me. What do you think?
A quick question for you, Otter. Did you notice there was a blue fishing ship in the middle of the map that got deleted?
Yeah,
right
sometimes you start with the ship on these maps, and they are. So if it's a fishing ship, it's really useless. It blocks pop space, so deleting it is probably the right option. We could have fetched them out, I guess, but they also don't hurt much.
I am always excited because you've got an underdog player, kamrat, playing an underdog civilization, the Chinese, that have currently the lowest win rate across all of Age of Empires. It used to be the Vietnamese, then they got their eco bonuses buffed a little bit. Now it's the Chinese with the lowest win rate. So you've got 2 stacked underdogs. Let's see how it actually matches up. For now, he's leading his... using 2 camels to get a whole bunch of halberdiers running around to the back of the base.
Kamrat massively housed, apparently not really sending villagers to houses. Completely pop capped at 30. Oh boy.
Ouch.
Slavs easier time with that. Obviously, military guilding is giving 5 population space. So can go without houses at the start, which makes their start kind of good, even though they don't have treadmill crane. And that's a lot of army out for Chris already. But no movement towards the water, and kamrat should really go for those stocks. Go for those demos that will control all the mid-map, probably, as there is a big river dividing the 2. Second crossing at the south, though, and at the north is kind of... Okay, there's like anti-crossings, and everything else is crossable.
Yeah, there's a lot of crossings. The demos are going to have to spread out significantly. There's only one area in the center that can't be used by land units.
Both kind of with a safe water to maybe make a fish ship economy as well in the back of their bases. See if players go for that.
Yeah, it's interesting that, like you were pointing out, because of the Slavs, they get 5 population space for their military buildings. You would expect a bit more of a huge push initially, but for now, he's just kind of gathering up to 90 halberdiers. But he's going to go up against scorpions, onagers, champions. Cavaliers, probably a huge mistake, but you know, whatever. I don't know. 121 champions in the production tab should be able to wreck these halberdiers, even with the Druzhina upgrade with their half tile trample damage. I don't think there's enough damage output.
Yeah, the Slav army commonly mainly about siege onagers, so a lot of helps to protect them from Cav trying to go around. Also why kamrat is, I think, making them to stop the siege. Really nice move by Chris going over the south, where kamrat starts the castle. He has boyars there, and villager isn't walled in. Big fight now starting in the middle, though.
Yeah, the boyars are trying to do a little bit of a wrap around to the back. He's gathering more army, but like you said, our Slav is going to have to be a little bit careful in the center here. The onagers are going to have to put in the work, try to get rid of these Chinese ships.
10 docks for kamrat, that is a decent number. However, if you're playing full water, usually no shipwright for Chinese here. You want 12 to 15 docks and 10 for shipwright civs. Chinese don't have, but they will start on it. And demos and ships should prevent the siege hunters from crossing at the middle spot. The problem is a bit for kamrat that Chris is crossing with quite some units at the south, and if he can establish something there, also going for his own docks now.
Why are we not seeing Chukanus? There's so many units that can get sniped here by the Chukanus. Oh, he's losing so many demos in the middle.
Yeah, they're
kamrat is kind of gathering his army.
Chukanus have one really big counter, right? That siege hunters, only 5 range on them.
Oh, sorry, I should have qualified. I meant Chukanus to the south against the halberdiers and the boyars.
kamrat did lose a castle there to halberdiers indeed, Mr. Andy. Thanks for changing the title, Regni.
Come the camels. Okay, the camels should be able to get a few of these siege onagers. There's going to be friendly fire, and now there's champions instead of halberdiers. The camels, with their quicker movement, should be able to get a few of these onagers. Chris is down to his 13. He had 26 a minute ago. Now he's down to 12. He's getting a lot more of his own
Champion's
kills.
also getting into them. As like Chris' army all looped around the south, so his onagers in the middle don't have enough protection. And the units just really running into castles. Oh, never mind. Got a lot of damage done at the back of Kamrat's base, though.
Yeah, he's got halberdiers to the back. He's got boyars to the center. He's also in the north with boyars and halberd and champions, stopping the expansion to the north.
Yeah, it's
players,
really
though,
nice
pretty
moves.
equal villager count.
Yeah, I like that Chris is trying to cross the water on multiple angles. Notice I can't get through to the demos in the south. I will have to find another route. And what I don't like too much by Chris that it doesn't have structures on the other side yet. I think when you can cross, you always want to send villagers there to, like, you've bridged the demo trap once. Then you want to make your production on the other side so you don't have to cross it.
Oh, special hello to Mikey D in my chat. Haven't seen you in a while. Welcome. We're watching the fastest Chaos Deathmatch tournament. Blue has secured his base. Done a good job.
Yes, had a really good engagement there against the champions. But yeah, Kamrat somehow slowly starting to clean up the raids. Some units stay there. Is behind in economy though. 74 to 106. And also some water presence by the Slavs now. Ooh. Yeah, a little bit lackluster. I can't talk. You take over.
Yeah, they're adding in basic demo ships, which are not going to be great. I absolutely love, though, that Chris cannot cross the center water. He's got to get rid of these docks first, which is giving our Chinese an opportunity to clean up all of the aggression in the back. In the south, there's another small force of boyars and halberdiers. So Chris kind of stopped a little bit, put the brakes on, which is giving our Chinese player an opportunity to get back into the game. Army counts are not high for either players.
He needs to cross the docks, I agree, like before he can safely pass through the middle. That is, I think, the right order. Problem a bit though, I mean, Slavs, Chinese should have the better start, but have more trouble if they have to fight on land, especially in the later game. So I think it's looking good for the Slavs, just because they are actually on the offense, and Chinese kind of have to keep them in the defense.
They've dipped their toe into the disgusting gray-green water, and now the Chukanus are getting... oh, the Chukanus just got wrecked. The Chukanus just died to 2 onager volleys, but again, the Slav is on the water, which means he was losing all of his siege onagers.
Here comes that castle on the other side! It doesn't come. Fantastic demo by Kamrat. Kills all the castle invaders and then also kills the castle with its siege behind.
Wow, he cleans up the center.
That was a big moment for the Swedish player.
Yeah, he's secure. He's got a few boyars to the north that are going to kill a bunch of villagers getting stoned, but doesn't really need stone at the moment. He's got 2,000 of it, but his main base is secure. His army count is identical, 27 to 29. He's in a good position. Our Chinese player just needs to get his eco up and running.
Yeah, he needs to add that TC, for example, on his main gold, where villagers are kind of mining without it. Farm development now coming a bit for him. I kind of like to see docks in the back there as well, but that means you have to like group hotkey or front docks, so it's a bit annoying to do.
Yeah.
And trying to push in the middle now. Siege launchers, if they get too close to the water, could be demoed. But castle range, right?
Blue is not noticing. Oh, that's sour to lose the trebs. He's going to lose his onagers now. Oh, what a tear. But
one trebs there. But repairs coming in.
Our Chinese player needs to do a better job protecting his flanks. There's way too many of these boyars, just 2 or 3 of them destroying anything and everything. He's also not paying attention. His Chukanus are getting into the castle.
Thanks for the raid coming. Currently watching Chris against Kamrat. You're coming in time for game number 1. And for a Slavic demo shot this time.
Yeah. Oh, our Chinese siege is unprotected entirely. What the hell is going on in the center? There's just a bunch of onagers. Now there's rams and onagers in the center. Not a single defensive unit, castle, anything here. But does he care? He's got his cannon galleons out. Chris has to use 12 villagers out of 150 to try to repair that castle. We're gonna get to see a big booms.
Chris doing a really good job of making it action all over, though, constantly raiding the north, constantly raiding in the south, constantly raiding the back of the base, meaning that Kamrat can never really fully focus on the front to make a push happen over the water there, adding 2 more castles even. Slav's amazing technology, right? I forgot the name, but it makes castles so much cheaper. Yeah,
detonates. It saves them, I think, 260 stone.
Replace them with wood costs so they can kind of be a bit hard to place at the early game because they need a lot of wood. But later on, amazing tech.
Our Chinese player, half the villager count. He is ahead in army count. But now there's, like you said, there's a Slavic castle to the north, 2 Slavic castles to the south. Chris is doing a fantastic job being everywhere with a civilization that's not the most mobile. I mean, the boyars don't move super fast. Halberdiers, siege onagers, these are not very mobile units, but he's using them as if they're humans.
Yeah, fully agree.
Yeah.
Out of him. He's doing a great job with that. Yeah. Slavs are not supposed to be everywhere on the map.
No. They're running into Chukanus and Halberdiers now. The Chukanus with the multiple arrows should be able to clean up these boyars pretty good. Kamrat, if he had a few minutes of silence and quiet, could rebuild. But I just don't see Chris giving him a moment. What do you think Chris is going to ease up on the attacks?
I wanted to say exactly the same that you said.
Yeah, he's 68 villagers is not terrible for the Chinese. Their units are not super duper expensive, especially when he's mass producing halberdiers and taking out boyars. But look at the army count. 55 to 16.
Okay.
What an interesting first game.
But like Chris is getting like kind of 5 castles up, or trying to get 5 castles up. Maybe even more than 5 on Kamrat's island. And if the Slavs can transform it into a full land game on Kamrat's land, which think what Chris is achieving right now, then on land, Chinese simply don't have a chance against this. So as long as Chris is on Kamrat's island and has gold, there's not much for Kamrat to do.
What about his... I mean... I say this, but he's completely out of resources. What about switching, adding in a few bombard cannons?
Oh, Chinese don't get them. Boy, nobody here gets bombard cannons.
Oh no, sorry. What am I talking about? No, yeah, you're right. My bad.
I wouldn't mind if they suddenly do, but that's a big problem for them with that. So
we're not playing all techs.
I don't think I've ever played. I've played 2 or 3 games of all techs. It wasn't a thing in my childhood.
Well, I mean, at the end of the game, I really want to count how many Slavic castles we're seeing here, because there's Trebs to the north, there's castles with siege onagers to the south, to the center. To the south, he's building 3 castles at a time.
Including one's being built right now is at 20. Now he's at 19 because he lost one.
Oh my goodness.
I just zoomed out completely and double clicked the castle.
Both players completely broke.
But FreakinChris at population cap, Kamrat only 124 on the field. Never really got to stabilize over 100 villagers there for the Swedish player.
No, but 2 Trebs all of a sudden are very exposed. Kamrat does get the one in the center. The problem is the second our Chinese pivots south to deal with the Trebs in the south, there's a bunch of boyars and halberdiers that are showing up in the north.
Yeah, big army now coming there. 4 trebuchets, 5 trebuchets from the water as well, and that is the farm eco that Kamrat still had. 3 castles originally around that. Only 1 castle will remain after this one falls, and that brings Kamrat down to a count of 14 farms there in the south, and they're being under attack too. So
and Kamrat expanded to the back. There's a bunch of boyars. Oh, but they're not looking. They're not looking for villagers there in the back. He could have easily gotten, what is it, 16 villagers. I mean, army count 40 is not terrible. 21 Chukanus can hold their own against champions and halberdiers. There's still castles up for our Chinese. He's not dead yet. He certainly looks like he's going to die, but he's not dead yet.
He's pretty dead. At least by now I agree with Andy that kamrat is being optimistic in this game, or warming up. I mean, you can always use game 1, play it a little bit longer, warm up your fingers for game 2, get the feel for the game. After you've kind of accepted that you lost, play on a little bit more to get the feel for it. Start over fresh in game 2. A lot of people do that.
I'm not so pessimistic here. I think kamrat has a chance. I mean, look at the production tab for our Slav. He's building champions and 1 halberdier.
Yeah, that's
he's
because he's
got
Popcat.
9 trebs. That's the big problem. Is that our Chinese has no answer to these trebs. Okay, I'm pessimistic now.
What, Andy? I just agreed with you. I don't know what you're surprised I'm agreeing with you.
Oh wow, those villagers in the back. I thought they would. I thought the addition of 16 villagers in the back there would have helped his economy boom a little bit more, but it looks like his main base is completely out of resources. Unless I'm missing something, I don't see a single patch of gold anywhere in the main base for blue or stone. All gone.
Back right? Yeah, it was a decently length game. They both used a lot on ships as well.
20 Slavic castles. You thought the Franks had the bonus, man.
Ah,
That
they were
is
the
crazy.
old days, right? Franks got everything taken from them from here. Lost treadmill crane, lost the cheap castle bonus. It was reduced even.
Yeah,
but also
15% now in
other
castle. 13 town centers is pretty damn good for our Slav as well. So good play out of Chris.
At least the berry bonus was one they can nerf, right? We never
They
really
left
cared
it.
about that for the.
Oh yeah,
Wasn't it also reduced?
I don't think. What?
Wasn't the berry bonus also reduced?
It was. Now they just get the mill upgrades for free.
Yeah, both.
Or is
both
that what you're talking
not
about, the berry
DFX.
bonus?
Yeah, I thought if they want to nerf ranks for RM, they can just nerf the berry bonus, because we never cared about that in DM. And so let's take game 1 here over the Chinese. Not enough water on the map, and Chris doing a great job on pushing multiple angles on the land, kind of avoiding the water fight there until kamrat was so weakened that he could cross.
Oh god, what do you make of this Civ matchup?
Nothing yet, but I will make something of it in seconds. Mains Bohemians. Oh boy, either Bohemians die at the start or they should rule.
Yeah, I want to see Eagle Warriors. I want to see about 1 million Eagle Warriors right now out of our Mayan.
That's the best play. Hard to defend for Bohemians. No great cavalry, and champions have a problem catching up, and there's another problem: Batmans don't get them. Yeah, start with really tough for Bohemians.
Yeah.
Bohemians
It
get
depends on
champions.
the
Never
map
mind.
again. Let's see what kind of map we're working with.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I think the Mayans, Chris here has an opportunity in the very, very early game. Otherwise, that Bohemian machine is just going to get up and running, and I don't know that the Mayans really have anything that can take on these Bohemian behemoths, these gunpowder.
kamrat should pray he starts with they start with stone walls.
Yeah, exactly. Something in a fortress style map. Nope.
Not getting lucky with that. Could be a case for the maybe to hope for a map that is less close together, as they spawn very close, which should be amazing for FreakinChris.
Yeah.
Or should we say
This is gonna
amazing?
be... Yeah, he's already queuing up all of his Eagle Warriors. We've got Attila the Hun making his way, trying to do what he did in real life. Oh, he screwed up his wall off. He had to run away with a villager.
Best hero for a game mode that saw a lot of fun wars. Let's look at every game mode saw in Age of Empires 2. And kamrat is doing great work with his Attila. They are getting the second veil. No, but one veil kill. Now the Attila a bit idle though, and 3 eagles ganging up.
Okay, he's going halberdier champion opening. Champions should be able to slaughter these eagles. I mean, I don't know how much the extra 40 HP is going to help. But the champions with a massive bonus against eagle, plus 8 bonus against these guys. We'll see.
Main problem for the champions is they are slower than the eagles, so if the eagles can loop around them and get to the villagers, should be good for FreakinChris. But kamrat laying out his base nice and defensively. A lot of villagers walled in on the castles, and isn't too easy for mains to get to ranged units. Because normally they want to go plume and not archery ranges for ARPs. I think on this map, if ARP addition by FreakinChris would have ended the game here.
I love that our Mayan is taking the center hill. There's a big fat hill right between the two bases, and he's already laid claim to it. But he needs more eagles, especially if he knows his opponent's going up to 115 champions. Adding in halberdiers. Okay. Why do you think he's adding in halberdiers?
Zero clue. I think it's a misclick.
Okay. Yeah, he's okay, plumes are on their way as well. They come with a nice attack bonus against infantry, so the champions are going to have to be very careful here.
Yeah, kamrat again with a little bit of housing issues, as Zayu is pointing out in the chat. Prediction is up, and the castles are as well. Siege workshops, not really though. Only one siege workshop making the notorious siege unit of the Bohemians, the Hoffnitz.
I don't agree that he should be making the Hoffnitzes right now. What does he need them for? He needs something to get rid of the land army. Hoffnitzes are not going to help against eagles.
If it's champions in front, their split damage is really nice. Oh boy, but they're not in front.
Exactly, this is the problem. The Mayans on the plumed archers on the high ground are just destroying these champions. But they're taking on okay, get away from the Hussite wagon, get away.
FreakinChris looping the eagles around. We'll probably find some villager kills there on stop the market. FreakinChris taking the market for himself. Very, very nice with the Mayans, because they can sell a lot and need gold mainly.
Oh yeah, they can sell a lot. He's got 5,000 gold still left, but did he wait a little bit too long? Now the Hussite wagons are out. The plumed archers are going to do jack shit against that pierce armor of 10. I think our Mayan may have waited a little bit too long. He's got eagles in the back, but they're going to get destroyed by these champions, or even if they don't, there's going to be like 2 left.
And here comes the Hoffnitzer trap push by kamrat. Nicely done with the wagons in front, so the plumed archers can't hit anything. Damage protection against arrows by those unique units of the Bohemians.
Wow, fantastic positioning out of kamrat in the center here. Absolutely fantastic.
Taking that ridge line. Oh boy, the Hoffnitzer in range of the castle though. If the castle gets force targeted on them, castle does fall. Eagles trying to catch the Hoffnitzer. Hoffnitzer count the most important thing, I think, for Bohemians at all times. Keeping them alive. Having a big ball of them, nothing usually can stop them. Rams a nice addition. But there's enough champions.
Plumed archers are doing an amazing job so far getting the champions. Like you're saying, the Hoffnitzes are just destroying them. They're closing in. The Hoffnitzes are starting to fall. There's only 4 left.
kamrat is out of gold, can't produce champions to protect them anymore. Really needs to use the market to get that out. But is the market up? No, the market was stopped by the eagles. And the market was super necessary here to continue the push.
kamrat's got a bunch of champions on the side of the Mayan base that are not doing anything.
And the
Rams are closing in. The Rams are closing in on the Hussite wagons.
Yeah, Rams a fantastic counter to everything Bohemians make if there are no champions and just no gold for the champions. kamrat really needs to sell something now. Does still not have the market up. Oh boy, he lost the whole push because he couldn't sell anything. Even sold stone.
I thought Chris was in trouble. A few minutes ago, it looked like Chris was about to fall apart. And all of a sudden, he's held.
I'm repeating myself too much too often, I know, but I think if that market wasn't stopped by the Eagles, then the push would have been
much stronger, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, he loses another Haufnitsa. He loses another... No. The Mayans don't get it. He's got 3. He's building 16 Hussite wagons. The problem is these Mayan Trebs on the high ground have access to everything, to 2 castles, all the siege workshops. Hi, Vizbot. Hi, Chris. Chris, you missed the Berber game in the beginning.
Super upside down.
Oh my goodness. These Hussite wagons are just getting demolished.
Kamrat just has a gigantic gold problem, right? It doesn't have enough villagers, and half of them, or most of them, were idle for so long that he didn't get a goldie cup, like the first sequel you want, and ran out of gold really badly here. But now, stabilizing a bit, maybe even...
Stabilizing?
Yeah.
Now, what do you make of this, Otter? He's got 12 villagers on stone. Should that be a priority for him right now? For our Bohemian?
Well, if he can clear this army and the castles, then he wants to put 2 castles, I think, on that hill. But
he's backing away.
He needs food as well for champs. Probably.
Yeah, I think he's got 0 villagers on food, our Bohemian. Not that he really needs it at the moment. Going wood intensive.
He needs it for champions. Champions are really important here.
Yeah.
Against Rams, against Eagles.
Doubling down on the Hussite wagons.
That's 19 of them. Kamrat trying to get a castle at the right, but there is an eagle. I don't think one eagle can stop the castle though. Champions going over there. Kamrat completely forgot about those, yeah. Oh, Kamrat also left side trying to add a castle, but these eagles will stop it. You're right, I think Kamrat should get it up. The house block! What is this? Chris house blocked the champions. I don't know if you saw that, but he house blocked the champions with a very...
on the right. Yeah. Now Green's villagers are joining in on the fight, but a little bit too late. The Bohemian castle is up. Okay, this is why he was going heavy on the stone, because he wanted to get those flanking castles.
Let's secure more gold.
The plumed archers. Oh, they're gonna get destroyed.
They look way cooler now, right? They added the animation for like the shots in the air. It makes Hussite dragons so much better.
And hand cannoneers, I love it all. It's so nice to see it. It's so pretty. Got onagers in the center as well. So Chris's attempt to sideswipe on the right has been stopped. He's got a few eagles to the back of the base. Guarding a pile of stone. But Kamrat here with the exact same villager count for the first time, and he's double the army count. And it's better army, 36 Hussite wagons. Champions versus loomed archers and eagles. Not a lot.
We might have called it too soon. Maybe Hussite wagons are better than everybody thinks.
Well, especially since they changed them to fire all at once. Yeah, I don't understand why people don't like him. Especially since the latest update when they fire all their bullets at once. They're such a good unit. And he's got 21 of them setting up a nice little trap on the right side of Green's base.
Kamrat is housed again indeed, but I think he will get this castle up now. And he is raiding with Hussite wagons. Oh yeah, I think that's throwing away army. There's an onager and 2 rams. I don't like this raid.
Oh no, oh no.
This is terrible.
What a disaster. What a disaster. He lost 14 of them.
That's his army lead.
Barely got any kills.
Slow push, man. You have a slow push since you're not the fastest that gets the raid here.
Okay, they're back in the center. He's got his economy up nice and running. 19 villagers. He still has no villagers on food. He's got 51 on wood.
Yeah, same for the mains though, right? 1 on food, 35 food. Both players completely out of food. That at least means somewhat also no eagles to counter the no food units by the Bohemians.
And without eagles, you're relying on siege rams and loomed archers, which the Bohemians are going to have a very fun time with. Look at the blue villagers in the middle of the map joining in, attacking the onagers.
Castle
Another
falling for
castle.
Kamrat, and that is his original base gone. At the right side, another ram coming in. Hussite Wagon's not doing any damage there, I think.
No. What an absolute back and forth seesaw game.
Absolutely right. Start looked great for Kamrat, then it looked great for Chris. Then Kamrat with the army lead again, and now, well, still the army lead, but his eco has vanished.
Yeah, he's got 11 on food finally. He's adding in village. He's got 151 villagers, and only 11 on food. What the hell is going on? He's getting so much gold in the back. Stone is also available there. The
Those champions by Kamrat finally doing something. Yeah, I looked there when Chris was first making the transition to wood, but he was opting for the other wood line. Maybe because he saw them. But now
they're gonna slaughter these
they're actually
villagers.
gonna get a lot of kills there. But FreakinChris has 150 villagers as the mains, which is way too many for such a cheap civ. So maybe Kamrat is even helping him a bit here.
Their resources last longer, right? The Mayans, or am I thinking of some others?
They do. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You don't really need 150. That being said, I don't know. We'll see. Oh no, Kamrat's housed again.
As he loses more castles, down to 1 remaining. And his main army production is even the castle unit. Now Hussite Wagon's finding a decent raid.
Yeah, he's doing a good job raiding. He's going to get a Treb just south of there as well. Bloomed archers are running around the map, but only clumps of 2. So the Hafnitsa is moving forward. It's going to maybe try to get these 2 Trebs. They're both very weak. Maybe 1 ball will get them both. Oh, does not. Oh, it's Treb versus Hafnitsa. Hafnitsa's not paying attention. Going after the villager. Okay, he finally realizes what's happening. He's going to go after that Treb. 1 ball. Oh, now the Hussites can close it off.
Watching the ram fighting the Hussite Wagons to the right as well. But the castle is up for Chris. So probably bought enough time so he can get onto that gold pile. But Hussite Wagons are raiding it. And maybe Kamrat is delaying enough here? Yes, so 69 villagers, which is not a nice economy in DM. But
no. The
13
saving grace for our Mayan is these onagers. They are just destroying the Hussite wagons. Without those, it would be a much closer game, I think.
And that's the thing a bit, right? If the Hussite wagons are all in the same spot with Haufnitzer together, then which units are you gonna make that kills the wagons, right?
Exactly.
I mean, you need eagles. But...
Eat a lot of eagles. And okay, he's finally got 31 villagers on food. Does our Mayan 12 villagers on food for our Bohemian, who yet again is down significantly in total supply.
Yeah, that is Chris being very active around the map. The plumed archer is still raiding, says Nukubus. Did it die now? I can't find it anymore.
They were raiding, and then they moved commanded into the center where the Hussite wagons killed like 20 of them.
I see. Where are the Haufnitzer? We do have 2 on the field in the middle.
Yeah, they're going to zone out the onager.
The Rams are so good because they're never champions, right?
Yeah, there's only 2 champions. Oh, the villagers are joining in.
Hardworking people.
Job.
Aren't hardworking people the real champions?
Now he's mixing in halberdiers. Nothing particularly special about those halberdiers. They're going to get gunned down by these Hussite wagons. But Chris has just expanded everywhere on the map. There's not a resource pile, no stone, no gold that he doesn't have his fingers on.
Even the ram on the 2 to the left. The last gold that I think Kamrat is controlling. He has some in the back too.
Yeah, he's got some in the back. Okay, the ram.
Nobody's fishing.
I wonder how much food is on the fish. Not a lot. 189, 249. Yeah. But especially you think with the both players going heavy on wood, you would have seen a few docks. But no.
They both struggled for food, right? It's an easy way to quickly transform into food economy a bit.
At some point, our Bohemian had 70 plus villagers on wood, so he had a lot of wood in the bank. But there's a big fat Mayan castle being dropped. Oh, it's not going to go up though.
In the back? Oh, Hussite Wagon stopping that. I was looking at Kamrat's push in the middle, attacking that hill castle in the central position while losing the left side hill though to Eagles and Rams, and that is a lot of gold there as well. As Kamrat is losing a Haufnitz to the castle, but not the other one. Okay.
But the castle does go down. The Eagles are here. They're running into champions in a choke point, which is never good, never fun for Eagles. And now a castle's going up on the left side. He's claiming that gold for himself.
I don't think that will go up though. There's Haufnitz kind of being distracted by the villagers though. Haufnitz ready to target that castle going up. Hussite Wagons moving in. Champions moving in too. Who will be very clutch. I don't think the Wagons are the greatest at denying castles. The champions might be better though.
Slow. 94%, 5%, 95%.
And that was really important for Kamrat because I think he needs that position and needs that gold badly.
He needs that gold very badly. Unless Chris is going to sacrifice. He's moving in. How many villagers? 7 villagers is not enough. Not against this many champions. Oh, and their pathing is terrible. They're going straight into the Hussite wagons. He needs to send 30 villagers at.
The castle would have kind of ended the game because Eagles are also raiding the gold eco in Kamrat's top corner. So it would have been off gold if that castle goes up, but it didn't. So Kamrat still has some gold access.
Castle HP is falling, still has 3,000 HP now. Like I said, he's got to either send 20 villagers or he's got to let that castle die. You can't even cancel it. You're going to get back 5% of your stone, which is not worth it.
Eagle Raids being very effective though in the back of Kamrat's base, down to 76 villagers again. Feel like might be a constant feature of this set. Great raiding by FreakinChris.
Yeah, FreakinChris is just in way too many locations with these Eagles. He's in the center as well with onagers taking on the Hussite wagons. They're clumped. The wagons are clumped.
Haufnitz taking out the onagers, but a bit too slow. Lots of wagons going down. Haufnitz now trying to snipe the trebuchets. We'll probably get that done.
We'll get him. We'll get them.
Stop the push. Skirms. Where's he skirmishers? Why do I see skirmishers though? We're fighting champions and Hussite wagons. That makes no sense.
I don't know. Does the Hussite wagon have any armor that the skirms get a bonus against? No, gunpowder.
Maybe it's a siege unit.
Yeah, I don't think these. We've got some monks being added into the mix for our Mayan on the left side as well. And
what's a relic count actually? 3-0 for the Mayans. So FreakinChris has a win condition there as well. 1 relic in the back of Kamrat's base still. Never could have really picked it up. Oh boy, another castle.
Okay, the castle's up. The Eagles in the back yet again raiding, but the villagers are killed. The villagers got together and killed it.
Oh, and he's losing all the Hussite wagons to the center as well. I feel like this is the 2-0 for Chris.
I like that Kamrat blocked the path on the right side with 2 houses.
Yeah, smart idea.
And
raids are somehow still coming in though. Polar signature moves. I don't know if you saw the Polar spring set. Polar is known to make 3 towers in the same spot, even if it's guard towers. So whenever DMers make towers, DMers think of Polar. Or 3 towers.
Nice. So we know where he got the inspiration.
Rams are everywhere though. Another Polar spot towers there, but Rams are denying that castle in the middle is falling, leaving Kamrat at I think 0 castles. And no wagons.
No wagons, no anything, no food, barely any gold, no stone. And his towers are not going up, the ones on the left. What a fun game that was.
Kamrat taking FreakinChris to another close game, but not quite edging it out. I think one of the bigger mistakes, sending all those Hussite wagons forward to raid instead of mounting a push with them.
That was atrocious when he lost 14, 15 of those Hussite wagons here in the center of Chris's base. But look at the map. It is all Chris. He is literally everywhere.
Yeah, fantastic job once again in game 2 with the raiding for the freaking from Austria.
Those eagles, I mean, Hera says they're the OP eagle warriors, and you can see why. That 100 HP just makes them so hard to deal with.
It does. I'm sorry. I will have to take another quick break before we go to game 3. And Peanut
No worries.
also playing for
I'm
me.
reloading the.
BRB.
That was a lot of fun. And he had the opportunity in the beginning with the Eagles. But and Cameron did a good job clustering his base. The Eagles couldn't really find any damage. It looked for a second like our Bohemian was going to steamroll when he had control of the center. He had Hussite wagons, Haufnitzas, he had champions. Nothing really the mine could do. But the fact that the mine got there first, placed down all of those castles, that was the saving grace for him. And then just the endless raid with the Eagles. I mean, how the hell do you stop a 100 HP Eagle from raiding? I mean, the champions can get there eventually, but by the time they do, villagers are dead. Resources are lost. And yet again, AoE2 Rex is not working. Aka, if you hear this, let me know if you get a link to the game. Because my spectator dashboard is not working very well right now.
I probably did, and I am back. Let's send it to you. Oh, playing of a set and then casting 2 or 3 sets and taking a bit of a toll on me. But I mean, it's really good. The set is really good. I think the games have been great. I'm obviously also hoping a bit that we get to see a game 4. For that, we would need to see a kamrat win now. Has Bulgarians, Portuguese has used all his top picks though. And we are seeing
you see the actual game? I'm still stuck in a loading menu.
Yeah, me too. 40 seconds for me.
Failed to start observing match. 1 second.
Well, for me, the code I sent you worked.
I see it now, yeah. Okay. Okay.
Time for predictions, mods. Persian Sports. What do you think?
I think Persians are going to steamroll this.
I think it's tough for Portuguese. They have Helvetia at least. The organ guns can be decent. Maybe it's a full water map, then parts are great. But I'm loading in.
If there's literally no water. Yeah.
Kamrat is re.
I mean, look how close they are to one another.
Oh boy, and it's a wall start as well, but it's only fences. 1 HP.
Yeah.
So that won't stop a Persian War Elephant. And we have a Gergen, Khan, FreakinChris moving in, Kamrat defending with his one. It's not doing much damage to each other. I think Kamrat should use his re here and hope for a water map.
Let's see, he's got what, a minute left?
Just 50 seconds, 45 seconds left for it. Good start for Chris as well, killing a lot of villagers.
The Savars are out. 42 of them in production. Let's see
19,
this
18,
unit in
17.
action. This is going to be very hard for our Portuguese. These guys come with a big attack bonus against any kind of archers. Not that he's going archers right now, but that route is completely closed to him. And they actually beat out paladins in a 1-to-1, so the halberdiers are going to have to be very careful here. And if we start mixing in those war elephants that now move lightning fast, it's going to be very hard for our Portuguese. I mean, just look at the mini-map, Otter. Look at the bases.
Yeah, Chris with a fantastic start, killing there already 3 villagers or 4 with the starting hero, and then the Savard doing the rest. 7 to 3 eco kills. Kamrat also killing with the starting unit, but a really aggressive Persian build order here. Interesting to see that. Normally in the old Persians we saw only 3-4 stables, some camels, then into elephants, but Chris is playing them differently. Chris is playing full Savard attack here, so exploring new Persian meta.
And we get to see citadels in action here as the castles fire bullets. These infantry units are going to be very careful. They come with a bonus now against infantry.
But they also have a bonus against infantry?
Yeah, infantry and rams, which makes them impervious. +3 against infantry, +3 against rams, which makes Persian castles probably, what, the strongest castles now?
So the cards have bonus against infantry, then the unique cavalry has bonus against archers. Oh boy, they're trying really hard to make Persians gruesome DMs.
Yep. But Chris is taking a bit of time.
In Imp now much better due to their recent update. Not as recent as the Persian one, but the organ gun change makes them better in post-Imp, makes elite organ gun especially better against mass units. So also a bit buffed for DM. Don't think buffed enough once we see war elephants. Or I guess traps.
Hugo, thank you for that tip. I will definitely use that later to spectate games. But here come the elephants, and now the halberdiers. Now, one thing, Otter, I'll say about this map that might work to the benefit of the Portuguese is there's a lot of choke points here with the forests.
True.
Which means that these organ guns can have a great time, especially if they start converting elephants.
Oh, is he going monks? Yeah, he is going monasteries. All right. I played a warm-up game with Kamrat earlier today where he was converting my Khmer elephants. So he did train converting elephants today.
Yeah. And like I said, choke points. I don't know about champions here, but halberdiers, organ guns, and monks should be a pretty strong combo for the Portuguese.
And not really getting through the Savard to the siege. A lot of halberdiers around. Yeah, champions not really contributing much, I guess, against the opponents. Halberdiers, but there isn't too many. Onager shot nicely done on some siege units out of the Portuguese. Very clutch fight in the choke point, same as last game.
Yeah. And Kamrat learned his lesson from game 1. We've got how many 10 bombard cannons taking out the Trebs. Maybe I spoke too soon about the Persians steamrolling over this.
Kamrat is looking good in the fights, but no eco for him, right?
0 eco. But he still has 5,000 gold to the 1,000 of his opponent.
Halberdiers are cheap. And the monks helping out as well, probably. Let's see some Portuguese war elephants.
He got all of the Trebs. He really learned his lesson from game 1. The question is, why the hell is Chris adding in skirmishers and not commander and crossbows that cost only wood?
Yeah, I don't know. I think commander and wood be better against the halberdiers. All of that not too great against organ guns. But
no,
I think onagers.
Like some raiding in the back.
No, also not really onagers, right? There's too many bombard cannons. Yeah, Kamrat eco is the problem, right? He is going around. Trappy saying, looking good for Kamrat, make eco. That's also what I'm saying, kind of. But now here come the onagers rolling in. 40 organ guns at danger.
2 go down, 3 go down. 1 gets a flat pancake on the organ guns, but okay, there is still 1 left. Kamrat, why are you running away? Attack the onager. Okay, he gets it.
At the same time, Kamrat getting raided by 2 war elephants, and Savard in the back probably was busy sending some units over there. Middle still looking okay. No, Kamrat, that castle is way too daring. Oh no, he hits it once, 80 HP. Onager on the way. I can't. Does he get that up? He never should be supposed to get that up.
I don't know. His opponent's making skirmishers.
And then skirmishers aren't attacking the Viz. I think now FreakinChris is looking
all of his monks. Okay, now he's finally attacking the villagers. And his raid to the back has been cleared up. Much more even game than I thought, but look at the army count, 120 to 50.
What a funny game. 120 to 50 army, but 8 villagers to 117. Kamrat has a window of about 5 minutes to finish the game here.
Exactly, before that Persian economy kicks in. I mean, they can rebuild their villagers 20% faster now. He's got to move out. He's got a big traffic jam in the front of his base, does Kamrat.
Passing in the game right now, not really helping. I think he's trying to move out, but that little choke point, all the units cluttering up there, and many people not too happy with the new pathing system. Not that they were happy with the old one, but...
to the bottom left.
Oh no, all the Bombercans are getting stuck behind the halberdier.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Look at the Persian war elephants for the Portuguese. The Portuguese elephants are taking out the bombard cannons. Amazing, amazing use of those converted free units.
That was certainly good for Kamrat. Bombard cannons have shifted to the south. Probably because there's more space to maneuver. The elephants, why are they going back? Oh, because of the converters. Yeah, they are fearing the monks. Don't want to change sides here. Don't want to convert to the Christian Portuguese colonizing faith there. On an exploring mission, how they would call it. And the exploring mission is taking down good parts of the Persian Empire.
Wow, the Persian is running. Look at the army count now, 14 to 107.
I think Kamrat might even want to consider to add Praetorians here. I don't want to say it because I'm always hating on Praetorians in DM, but it's the quickest and easiest way for him to make eco.
Perfect opportunity. One of the rare times when it makes sense to use the Praetorians would be right now, like you're saying.
And there's 11 army only.
Idle villagers. Look at Kamrat's villager count. 25, 19 are idle. What the hell is going on?
I think Kamrat knows if he focuses too much on his economy and loses the push, the game is over. Because the push is the one thing that's keeping him in here.
The only thing, yeah, keeping him alive right now. His bombard cannons are stuck one behind the other.
Yeah, maybe pushing a bit too slow here.
Yeah, I agree. The Persian's not making an army. He's training cav archers, which I don't mind.
He has a ton of res, yeah. I think he doesn't know how to beat Kamrat's army. How does he though?
What a bonkers game. So far he's going cav archers because he's got no food. The bars are in the back.
He's got 50 odd food though.
Take a look at the back of Kamrat's base. There's 2 siege workshops going up.
Oh
and
boy.
Savar's heading that way.
Secret ram push. Secret ram push. Yeah, the Portuguese have a really good death ball. So I've also had games where I couldn't do anything against the Portuguese death ball. And I just relocated my economy away from it all the time and killed my opponent's economy until they eventually couldn't remake their units. That's easy way to play against bots.
The Savars are just having their way with these villagers. Their HP, their armor is incredible. 8 pierce armor. It's ridiculous. Okay, second siege workshop is completed in the back of our Portuguese base. But like you're saying, the Portuguese push is a little bit too careful, a little bit too slow. Our Persian has expanded all over the map. He's going up to 40 cav archers, but they're missing bracers, so it means they're not really as strong as they could be.
10 minutes after being at 20 minutes, still back at 20 minutes. Yeah, but the army is unstoppable. This is reminding me of Deathmatch World Cup 4 finals where Viper had 0 villagers but a 160 pop army and did kill Code with it. And Code resigned because he didn't know there was no army. But this time, I think Chris knows Kamrat has no army, so he just needs somehow to clear the push, and he wins.
Oh, the ram push that you were mentioning is starting on the bottom left side of the map. We've got 2 rams moving out. The cav archers are just not getting enough done as well.
I'm just staring at 18 monks inside a death ball in DM. This is absolutely crazy. I've never seen that many monks in a DM game. Oh, I'm lying. I saw them once, KD and Deathmatch World Cup 4, but
And they're not converting anything.
Now the Savado moving in and the Cavarchers. Can this be the clear up? And the win for FreakinChris. Bombard cannons are killing them though.
Look at the army count now. All of a sudden is down 40 instead of 100. And the castle to the back of his base is under attack by those 2 rams. Oh, Chris is just way too many locations. He's got all the resources under his control. He's also raiding with Savars in the back of Blue's base now. The only gold pile that Blue has. Blue has no gold.
And that is the problem with monks. You have to look at them all the time. And who can do that in a DM game when there's stuff happening at 7 spots at once, right?
That being said, our Persian's done a good job taking down a unit at a time in the center with his massive economy lead. He's making a comeback here.
And the Cavarchers are working. The reverse sweep won't happen, I fear, Kelar, as this, when the push is cleared, will be an easy game for
The monks are exposed entirely now. Rams have been cleaned up. We've got our first Fatoria, Otter. 2 Fatorias.
I think that needed to happen. I don't want to say it, but I think that needed to happen earlier when Kamrat at the stone and the push. Just make fuck it 6 Fatorias and just keep looking at your army.
Yep. That's the one
now
easy
Kamrat is
thing.
getting cleared.
Oh yeah, his center army is gone. He's being raided again to the back. There's 2 more rams moving forward to his castle, but his villagers see it.
And Cavarchers good against monks, as things should be.
Oh yeah.
Monks also got so prominent in RM because people just stopped because they made it so CA are too bad in the meta, right? That would have also balanced out monks, and I think the early uptimes there as well. But I don't want to talk too much about RM and my theories about the monk meta, not really being monks OP, but just meta shifts.
Someone in my chat, Otter, mentioned if you take a look at resources collected at the bottom right of the capture age format, 48,000 to 7,000.
Yeah, I mean, it was no eco, 1 push against a whole map economy consisting of Persian farmlands, right? You can take a little tour there, massive farm eco at the north, at the left, at the south, also relics collected there, and even some farms in the south, so Kamrat is kind of surrounded by farmers.
I mean, this is about as surrounded as you can get in Age of Empires. You're stuck with your original clump. Kamrat has... Oh, he's in trouble. His army supply is now lower. He built a new castle, but against the Rams, that's not going to hold up very long.
Sadly not. Really nice plays by Chris, but I love the set. I think Kamrat had good chances and really good plays in all 3 games, so if this ends up being 3-0...
Very strong. Yeah, he put up a very strong resistance in the first game. And then the second and third game, he pushed out very well. But there was no eco behind it, which is why I always introduce the deathmatch games by saying it's not as simple as people think. It's not just about building a big army and attacking, because take a look at the Persian on the minimap. His economy is insane. He's everywhere. He could lose 5 castles. He could lose 3 siege workshops. It doesn't matter, because he can just rebuild. Whereas Kamrat was so focused on pushing, he's going to lose a Fatoria now.
Yeah, and DM, it's kind of the same as in RM. It's about micro, macro, and decision making. Just that all those decisions you have to make way quicker.
Exactly, all within the first 6 minutes.
Kamrat decided to ignore his eco and have 1 push by FreakinChris. Done a great job with raiding Kamrat's eco for the whole set.
Yeah, this is like the sponge method here for Chris. He just soaked up all the damage, relaxed, built his eco up to the north, the south, the east, and then when he could, he just, there you go.
Killed his opponent and killed the push, and therefore pushed into the base that wasn't that developed for the Portuguese, but I agree with Trappy in chat there. Kamrat did show a really strong performance in all 3 games.
I agree. I agree. He needs to practice a little bit his eco But beyond that, militarily, the pushes, the holds were fantastic. And he made such good use of the choke point in this game. How many units did the Persian lose? How many Savars died in that one choke point? But look at the resources collected, 62,000 to 12.8 thousand. 5 times more resources for our Persian.
That's
Is
one
just
stock
absolutely
difference if I've ever seen
unsustainable.
one.
Yeah. And look at the scores though. The scores less than 1,000 apart.
Yeah, I mean, kamrat really looked good there after the hold when he was in Chris phase. But if he could have just gotten economy up and like protected it as well in kind of a story about all 3 games, I think. But Chris made it super hard for him. Like, I think that's just really well played by Chris.
I agree. He also killed 125 villagers. So whatever attempt kamrat tried to make to get his eco up was just wrecked.
35 conversions is very impressive for a DM game.
That is pretty impressive, and a lot of it very powerful units.
Yeah.
The elephants we saw. That's a big chunk of his army. That's like 5% of the Persian army got converted into the Portuguese army.
You can look at society count, and the map is all, and the chart is all green. We can look at military count and switch the chart over. Wait,
oh god.
How do I switch it to the first thing here? And it's all blue.
Yeah, the blue line is significantly higher right up until what, the 24-minute mark, when those cav archers came out and just started sniping everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, society is just ridiculous. 147 villagers. Oh yeah, a fun second set. And
yeah, that was
good. that was really great. I'm glad that we got to see so much fun, and especially like you said, the Fatorias could have been used maybe 20 minutes ago, as opposed to.
I don't want to say it too often because Fatorias are really bad generally, and in 99% of situations you shouldn't make them. Just because we had that one situation doesn't mean that the people watching should learn or have the takeaway make Fatorias with Portuguese in DM, because I've seen people do it before and it's always wrong, besides in this